Welcome back to our program review series. This video addresses the curriculum section of the form. In this section, you will have the opportunity to discuss how you plan and organize your courses and curriculum. To complete this section, you'll need your program course alignment report from TrackDat, which is called the Curriculum Mapping Report. This report shows how each course in your program introduces, develops, or promotes mastery of your program outcomes. If you haven't mapped your course outcomes to your program outcomes, now would be a good time to do this. You can find instructions for mapping course outcomes to program outcomes at this website, or ask your department SLO facilitator or outcomes co-coordinators for help. Next, you'll need the IRP data you used in the course section of the program review and planning form to reflect on scheduling strategies, including, for example, decisions about the mix of online and face-to-face classes. You may also want to access any relevant external accreditation requirements, state and federal legislation, four-year institution guidance, or other sources that shape your program's curriculum. Effective answers in this section of the PRP will show how your program applies what it learns from analyzing course success and retention data to make decisions about curriculum, and will contribute to our shared knowledge about trends in curriculum at Palomar College. Now here are some tips about answering the questions in this section. We'll start at the top. How do your course outcomes help your students achieve their program outcomes? As you answer this question, consider how your course outcomes roll up to your program outcomes. You can use your curriculum mapping report from TrackDat to see the connections your program has identified. A strong answer to this question will explain how the learning that students demonstrate in your program's courses lead to the achievement of your program's outcomes. For help running this report, ask your department SLO facilitator or outcomes co-coordinators. The next question on the form focuses on maps and scheduling. How do your degree maps and scheduling strategy ensure scaffolding? How do you share the maps with students? Consider your program's guided pathways, degree, and certificate maps. How do you organize your courses to ensure that students move progressively towards a stronger understanding of the material? For example, do concepts you introduce in Course 100 in the fall get developed in Course 200 in the spring? Also, how will students be able to find your degree and certificate maps? The next question has a few parts to it and focuses specifically on scheduling decisions that your program makes. The first question is asking, how do you know where, when, and how classes should be offered? Your program probably uses retention and success data to make some of these decisions, so explain that here. The next part of the question asks you to explain your program's decisions about fast track and block scheduling. Since these scheduling strategies have been found to improve retention and sometimes success of students in disproportionately impacted groups, you'll want to refer to the disaggregated data from the course section of the program review and planning form to support your statements about how and why you have decided to employ or not to employ fast track and block scheduling. Let's hear how automotive technology used data to make scheduling decisions.
Based on data, we have flipped capstone classes to non-traditional times and days, and this has helped our student completions.
The next two questions have to do with how your courses are connected to other programs on campus. They ask, how do you work with other departments that require your courses for program completion? And if your discipline offers cross-listed courses, how do you work with other departments to ensure consistent curriculum per the COR and minimum qualifications? How do you coordinate course scheduling? Strong answers to these questions will either give specific examples of collaboration, including shared assessment results and meeting regularly to discuss curriculum. If your program does not have strong examples of collaboration regarding courses that are connected to other programs, use your answers to these questions to identify areas for improvement. These may inform the program goals you will set in the Goals section of the PRP form. The next several questions focus on evaluating your courses and programs. Do you have classes that haven't been offered in a long time? Should you deactivate them? Have things changed in your discipline where you need to add new courses or programs? Should you be considering non-credit and community education options? What about online classes? How do you decide when to offer those sections? In your answers to these questions, you should provide supporting evidence like course success and retention data, as well as any other knowledge you draw upon when making these decisions. Finally, your answer for the last question of this section should include any additional information you use to evaluate your curriculum. This concludes our review of the curriculum section of the PRP. If you have any questions, please contact the Palomar Instruction Office for assistance.